Good morning. Look at those mountains. Beautiful, beautiful day. 3 degrees Celsius. I guess it's a little chilly, but 3 degrees Celsius. We're gonna drive into the snow. Oh, we're gonna drive into that snow, but I hear a helicopter. I don't see a helicopter, but I hear a oh, right there, right there, right there. He's just taking off. He's got a rope underneath him. I guess a cable. He's lifting something. He's lifting something. Not sure what he'd be lifting here. It's got to be maybe pipeline related. I'm not sure. Interesting. Anyway, I'm missing something. Can you guys put your finger on what I'm missing? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I'm missing. At that angle, it looks like I got a tiny trailer on with the other trailer. Oh, the hook is empty. There's nothing on the cable. Just a loose, empty cable. He's going out to get something. Yeah. So we'll talk about that. The empty trailer, or the missing trailer. I need to get some more grease on that. The shop, while I was off last week, put grease on it, but that's not enough. I'll grab more grease when we hook on. Not today, not tomorrow, but Thursday. But anyhow, that's going to be a record-breaking time up those mountains, so we should get pretty far into them, longer than normal in these videos. Let's see how far we make it. Let's hammer down. Yeah, Al Quiring drove by. Looked like he delivered.
Highway 1, then take the second left.
Delivered a truck over here and picked up another one. And the driver just switched from one truck to the other. We've done that before. Beautiful, beautiful blue skies. Ah, love blue sky. Even if it's only 3 degrees Celsius outside, the blue sky just makes, uplift your spirit. It's like, yes! So yeah, we're gonna be eastbound.
Then take the ramp ahead.
Turn onto Trans-Canada Highway 1 eastbound here in Hope. And we're gonna climb the Hope Princeton Highway. We'll see how far we get. But just a gorgeous, gorgeous day. Gorgeous morning. It's 10:30 in the morning.
Take the ramp ahead to Highway 1 east toward Highway 3.
This is the old Hope Flood Road here, the old highway. Let's floor it. Use these runways, especially when you're light like this, you get all the way up to speed before you merge in. Wow, almost. Woo! Yeah! Silver Hope Creek. This is fun, guys. The boss just goes, "You're gonna be bobtailing over the mountains. Are you gonna be okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, the roads are pretty good yesterday, so we'll be fine up on the mountains. It won't be stupid slippery." He just goes, "Just don't make any hoonigan videos up there. No drifting the big rig." He goes, "Well, on the other hand, you would do that, you'd be pretty famous on YouTube." I'm like, Remember what? A week and a half ago, that Friday video where I was drifting the truck and trailers, almost got stuck? I'm like, that's getting pretty close there. Anyhow, I showed up at 7:06 a.m. today at the customer. By 7:30, they told me I hadn't even backed in yet, just parked on the roadway. By 7:30, they told me to park the trailer all the way against the curb because they weren't going to unload me until the 2nd. January 2nd. Today is December 31st. I know I just ruined the movie magic. So, you know, like, are you 100% sure this trailer is not getting unloaded today? Like, if we're 100% sure, I'm dropping the trailer, undoing all the straps, and I'm bobtailing home. 5 hours to get home and then another 5 hours to get back. But I'm not sitting there for 3 days. Just not happening. So if we're guaranteed that this trailer's not getting unloaded, I'm not going to sit here all day, because if it's going to get unloaded by 3:30, I'll sit here and wait. So we got talk to the bosses, talk to my boss. It's like, hammer down, go home. I'm like, okay, I'm going home. It's a good thing I don't do Wednesday videos anymore, because there'd be no time to shoot a Wednesday video. On Thursday morning, I will leave Penticton again and we'll head back this way early in the morning. Oh, I know, we could continue Thursday's video where we left Monday's video. So Monday we stopped the video, at Yellow Lake? I could pull over at Yellow Lake and start the video there and continue. So Monday will be a continuation. Or Thursday will be a continuation of Monday. Yeah, that's what I meant. I like that idea. Hopefully I remember that by Thursday. So we are on Highway 3 now. Trans-Canada exited back there. I could take the Coquihalla. It is a little bit longer, but it's a lot more miles. And more winter conditions. Bobtailing over that, I'll rather take less winter conditions. In the summer, I think I'd be very tempted to take the Coquihalla. See, bumps like that would have destroyed this the old microphones. Would have just been destroyed the audio. And I'm guessing it was pretty decent over those bumps. So if you stay in the left 2 lanes, you end up on the Coquihalla. If you stay in the right lane, you end up on the Hope Princeton. Both pretty famous highways. Now this one, we get some beautiful, beautiful viewpoints down the road. Can't put the mirror cam up. The mirror cam would shoot better video or better viewpoints. But on roads this wet, it'd be useless. Completely, utterly useless. There we go. Highway 3 is mostly a 2-lane highway, but it's got some sections of 4-lane. Beautiful mountains here. Gonna get up into Manning Park. Man, love blue sky so much. It's just so nice. So nice. The last couple of weeks been so dreary. I know I talked about this yesterday, but man, blue skies just lift the spirits, don't they? There's the sign, Hope Princeton Highway. Got the throttle all the way down, set cruise control, going as fast as this truck can go. I mean, it could go faster if somebody hadn't programmed the computer to say it can't go faster. In British Columbia, all trucks are speed limited to 105 kilometers an hour. So my GPS says I'm doing 103 kilometers an hour right now. Speed limit is 100. I know, breaking the law, guys. Call CVSE. Call the RCMP. Hey guys, before you call them, they already watch my videos. I don't know why people do that. When it comes to aviation, comes to trucking, when you see a YouTuber, it's like, ooh, I'm gonna call the officials and rat them out for doing something illegal on video. It's like, we make it look more dramatic than it really is. And I'm doing, it's 4 kilometers, I'm doing 4 kilometers over the speed limit. Dude, if there was a CVSE officer or a cop next to me right now, I would be doing exactly the same speed. No, Linda, we're not in Australia where driving 1 kilometer over the speed limit would get you a ticket. As a rule, most cars do about 10 kilometers over the speed limit. Most motorcycles do about 20, 25 kilometers over the speed limit, even 30. With cops around, no worries. And most trucks do about 5 over. That's the general rule of thumb. If you're visiting Canada, but dear Lord, please do 105. Please go 5 over. Please. It makes you the slow person if you're not. I would prefer you to at least do 6 over. That way you're always pulling away from the big rigs. Because we're only allowed to do 105, so for all that is good and holy in the world, if you're in Canada, do 6 kilometers over the speed limit. Blinding side here. Don't worry, there'll be little parts here where we drive directly into the sun, but it's not going to be like this the whole way. I'm sure going to use a lot of washer fluid though. It's going to be a washer fluid type of day. We're doing 103 up this hill. Normally we're crawling up this at like 30 kilometers an hour. If we're loaded, fully loaded, we're doing like 20, 25 kilometers an hour. Almost to the top of Hope Slide here. predict I'm going to be stuck behind cars today once the 4-lane ends over here. They can do the speed limit up here, but as soon as we hit corners, some people just can't do corners. And that's okay. Just don't pass a big rig right before the 4-lane ends if you can't do corners. Because we do these highways every day, all day long, we can do corners. Okay, Subaru has decided no, that big rig's passing me, we can't have that. That would be unacceptable. I'm going to speed up. Oh, they're going to slow down. Oh, they're probably not using cruise control. Bit of a yo-yo. When I call people yo-yos, I'm not like I'm just saying that their speed fluctuates up and down like a yo-yo goes up and down. Oh, there's a big bald eagle. That was cool. Man, I don't. Which camera is going to be the cool shot here, man? The forward-facing camera has a cool shot. The rear-facing camera has a cool shot. I don't know while the mirror cam and the there's two hood cams right now. We got the center hood cam and then the right-hand hood cam. I like 4 cameras, even if I only use mostly 3. Every now and then that 4th camera has a really neat shot, so. -0°C. All right, gotta keep an eye on the water now, make sure it stays water and not turn into black ice. Us bobtailing, it's a heavy truck on the front, but we got all this power on the back with no weight on it. So think, if you guys ever driven a pickup with no weight on the back, 2-wheel drive pickup with ball tires on the back on black ice, that's kind of what it feels like driving a big rig bobtailing on black ice. It's like there is no control. Coming up to the snow line. It won't be into the snow until we hit the once we get to 2-lane, I think we'll climb into snow pretty quick. Manning Park. We are in Manning Park. Unfortunately, I could not pass this vehicle before we lose the 4-lane. doing 90 kilometers an hour. A rock hit. It sounded like it hit the the windshield on the sleeper. That's what it sounded like. Oh yeah, of course we're gonna get brakes. We're doing 80 and 100. A little straightaway here. There's a chance of passing. I can't remember if there's a passing zone here. There is. Let's go. Oh, you don't have to hit the brakes. Just don't speed up. You're good. Minus 1 degree Celsius. Yeah, with a trailer, I would never even think of passing a vehicle down this section of the highway. Just a no-brainer on this section of the highway. You're just following. Told you once we hit the 2-lane we'd be into snow. It's actually a little earlier than I thought. I thought it'd be at the next hairpin corner, or the 50-kilometer corner coming up. I thought that's where we're gonna run into snow, but we've gained enough elevation. At the beginning of the video, did you see where the snow line was? We've hit that snow line. That's how much elevation we've gained. And we got a lot of elevation to go. Road's still lots of grip on here, no issues. It's going to be a windshield washer fluid type of day. Bet you I'm going to get through this jug. I mean, I did the pre-trip today morning and I put a full jug in there, so it should be good for a while. And yes, some of you guys have been going, where's Jess? She'll be planning on coming with next week. She's on some new medication for her blood sugars. So she's trying to get, at least she's on her second dose now. She has to give herself shots. She's on her second dose now, so she wants to give herself a couple of weeks on that. I guess it's going to be 2 weeks on that before coming with, just to see what kind of how she reacts to it. But so far it seems good. Whenever your doctor changes your medication, it's kind of like, is it going to be better or worse? Here's that 50-kilometer corner. I'm going to take opportunity to wash the windshield. on this corner. At full speed, the way these windshields are designed, the water only gets half the windshield. So to get an actual clean windshield, you got to slow down to 50. Perfect. Now I got a full clear windscreen. And sometimes people go, why is the camera placed where it is? Why is it not dead on center on the hood? Or why is it not higher up on the windshield? It's the clearest, cleanest part of the windshield. That's where the camera goes. Beautiful mountaintop or snow-top mountains here. Coming up to my favorite section of Highway 3. I show it to you guys quite often, but today we're going to go a little longer. Normally by the time we get here, we're pushing 45 minutes, an hour long video. And we're not even to half an hour now. Construction over here. They're working on replacing this bridge. Looks like not only replacing the bridge, but also making this corner a little less tight. Love this section because it's a straight cliff up and a straight cliff down. Somebody decided to put a road on this little goat trail. And this is not part of the original Dewdney Trail. Where that bridge construction is, the Dewdney Trail kept going down that valley to the left. So no turn there, just kept going up that creek. All the way up to Whipsaw. So it goes much higher elevation, the original roadway. And the original roadway was for mules, not even for wagons. It's all for mules. Backpacked it all in. Just went flying through our favorite section. We didn't spend enough time in that. It's like, we're through already? Skagit River we just crossed over. It's a huge river in Washington, huge farm valley in Washington. So all of this snow provides a lot of irrigation for the Washington farms. That's the Skagit River again. minus 2.5 degrees Celsius. Why we're turning off. There's a passing lane coming up ahead. Yep, they don't know the area. I don't know. They just pulled off to let me by. Didn't need to do that. If you had been looking at the signs ahead, you would have seen the sign that there's a passing lane literally right here. How long this passing lane is, if I'll have a chance to get by this truck and trailer. Yee-hoo! A little slippery. Lockers on, give me a little more forward grip. And the passing lane ends over here. Just in the shadows it was a little slippery. In the sun it's got lots of grip, but in the shadows there's a lack of grip. Lots of sand on the road though. This passing zone's a little longer, I believe. There we go. Tight corners dealt with. Now we got some nice big straightaway. We'll see if any of these cars I just passed catch up with me on the straightaway here. This is what we call Burn Hill. This is where the gallows used to be. Up ahead on the right hand side there's a big pullout. There used to be gallows there with, you had a rope and a noose hanging down, and from the noose was a cigarette. hanging from the noose, going, sign something about anyone that flicks out a cigarette should be hung like this cigarette or something like that, right? Right over here. This pullout, chain up pullout right here. In British Columbia, you don't flick your cigarette out of the window. You just don't do it. It's just not a thing. Although you see tourists do it every now and then. Just such a habit where they live, where everything is green. Just such a habit that it's not even malicious, it's just a habit. Every year we burn down a forest because of some tourist flicking out a cigarette. Man, what a beautiful landscape up here, huh? We were getting fresh snowfall here last night. I was driving through. I was wondering how it was going to look here today morning. It's gorgeous. Always love driving through right after a snowfall. Oh, I might have been wrong. I think this is the pullout. This is the pullout where the noose used to be. Yep, this one. That info board. Yep, this is it. So if you hear somebody talking about Burn Hill, they mean this hill. The whole forest burned down many years ago here and then got named Burn Hill. Even though obviously it's all regrown now. Driving on some compact snow in this lane, but we're past the point of black ice and we're now into compact snow, so a lot more grip on compact snow. Well, this is wet here on this lane, so never mind. Minus 5.5. Yeah, whenever you're driving up a mountain, the most dangerous section is between the wet road to the compact snow road. Once you're on compact snow, it's not terrible. I mean, it's still slippery, but not terrible. Minus 6.5. Here we go, that's the top. Allison Summit. So all this water flowed into the Skagit River. Now as we crest right here, All of this water flows into the Smilkameen River, which ends up in the Okanagan River, which ends up in the Columbia River. I'm like, I'll end the video on top of Allison, but dude, look at the winter landscape. You guys want to see more of this, right? Holy smokes, this is awesome. Like I said, day after a snowfall, fresh snowfall. The wind hasn't blown all the snow off the trees yet. This is what calendars and computer screen backgrounds and postcards and paintings. All right, we got some corners here downhill. I do not want engine brakes on here. We'll slow her down, slow her down, slow her down. Because the corner has grip going into it, and then it goes into the shade, and then it has no grip. It's actually a bit of a deceiving two S-curves here. Not two, but I guess one S-curve, two corners. Sure, I drove too slow. I had more grip than oh, let's turn the lockers off. One thing about bobtailing, the lockers don't do nearly the same, nowhere near the same effect when you have a trailer on. Because there's so little weight on the drives, the steers have no problem turning the truck with the lockers on. When you have all that weight on the drives, those tires don't want to rotate left and right going around the corner. So bobtailing, you can leave the lockers on. I prefer not to. Having that said that, I still have the diff lock on. So both axles still have power. In the mountain driving, I just leave the diff locks on. Even in the summer, that extra traction is just good to have going up these steep hills. And diff lock doesn't affect turning at all. Car. You're going to want to get off the white line there. Let's run over the yellow line here just to make sure. Interesting place to park. Especially since there's a whole bunch of pullouts on the other side of the road. Minus 8 degrees Celsius. Oh shoot, we'll get all of Manning Park into this video. My stomach says it's hungry. Hungry, hungry hippo. So is this one of the cars that I passed? This corner is also very deceiving. We're gonna run where the grip is. Like, I know we're no longer driving where the lane is, but we're just gonna run where the grip is. As long as there's nobody behind us. Right-hand side over here, we had a huge forest fire this last summer. So if you get a glimpse of the mountains on the right-hand side, they look a little naked, and that's why. Good shot of the Smilkameen River. It's a little bit groovy here, a little rutted out in the compact snow. So kind of not drifting, but being pulled left and right. And I've talked about this before, you kind of just let the vehicle go where it wants to go. As long as it's in generally still go in the right direction, let it kind of go where it wants to ride. Easier on you, it's easier on the vehicle, less stressful. Keep an eye on the mirrors, make sure there's nobody behind you. That way if you cross the white line like that, it's no big deal. If there's a vehicle behind you, get into your lane. Oh yeah, we're cutting across here. There's a lot more grip in the center lane here. looks like usually happens when it's snowing, people can't see where the lines are. So you end up with one lane of travel, and it's also the grippier section of the road. So you end up with lanes all over the place. Usually cut corners. Although here I should have stayed in the center lane. Minus 8.5. A little bit of ice road trucking. Minus 9 degrees Celsius. Yeah, see how old the inside corner has always got the one with the grip? The outside corner has more snow. We'll just make a whole bunch of illegal lane changes. I don't know if that shows up on camera. Can you guys see where the road's grippier or not? I know for me, I'm feeling a lot of it, so for me it's more than just visual. I'm feeling where the grip is. You gotta listen to what the road's telling you. I don't make the right call on every corner, but doing pretty good. Snoqualmie River is not frozen over yet, which it should be this time of year. That should be frozen over solid. It's been a very warm winter so far. Kind of makes me worry, is January going to be extremely cold? Watch end of January, February. Sometimes February gets very cold. We'll see. So I guess they didn't get snow as much snow here, or the wind picked up because the trees are pretty much naked here. Oh, not naked. They don't have snow on them. Huh. And look, there's the Manning Park entrance bear on the other side. So that was Manning Park. Welcome to East Gate. Seeing all the pretty snows off the, oh boy. Let's go over here just in case he takes a while to get up to speed. Since all the pretty snow's off the trees and we're through Manning Park, I think we'll probably call it a day here. Unless you want to see a little more. You guys want to see a little more? not as pretty when we're out of the snow. This is the leeward side of the mountain here, so less snow on the leeward. The windward side gets a lot more snow. And it makes sense. The windward side, you get all the wind pushing the clouds up in elevation. As the clouds cool down, all that vapor freezes and it snows. And then as soon as the clouds get up and over the top of the mountain, all of a sudden the clouds are going down, and now there's no reason for the clouds warm up, so it stops snowing. Just like rain. You always know what side of the mountain you're on, the windward or the leeward side, depending on how desert it is. The leeward side is a desert, and the windward side is a rainforest. If you look at every single mountain in the world, it'll have that. Back in the 2-lane here. Coming up on Smilkameen Falls. When we get to the hairpin here, I'll point it out to you guys, but I am told by you guys, one of you guys in the comments reported that your parents used to run this gas station up here, or ran it for 2 years. There used to be a gas station, a convenience store, and an 8-room hotel or motel on this hairpin corner right here coming up. On the right hand side here, this little pullout here, there used to be a gas station, convenience store, and an 8-room hotel on that small little pullout. And down at the bottom is Smilkameen Falls. If you venture close enough to the edge, you can look down and see the falls. See the rapids coming down through that gorge, but can't really see the falls from here. Hey guys, Jess is gonna kill me. She has to make a map for this. I mean, she doesn't have to, but I'll ask her to make a map for this. This is gonna be a huge map. I mean, you guys saw the map at the beginning of the video. I could always use the map that I have saved, going from Hope to those cliffs. Like that'll only be half an hour into the video, the map, so I'll ask Jess to make a new map. Maybe it won't be as accurate as much on the road because it's going to be a lot more corners. Or just reuse the other one. I don't know. Of course, I could use the old map I have and she'll only have to remake the new section, but editing that together would be a little janky. Well, you guys saw the map an hour ago at the beginning of the video, so you guys know what I did. or what just did? I have yet to find out. So the Hope Princeton still does have a lot of these little switchbacks, but not nearly as many as it used to. Got a 40-kilometer corner down here. And most of these hairpins have been taken out as they've upgraded this highway. But we still get a couple of these narrow 2-lane switchbacks. In the summer we stopped here and walked to the river. There's like the river comes through a hole in the rock. It's not even a bridge over here. It's literally just a hole in the rock. Here's the fairly hard climb. I don't know, I'm not going to be able to pass them all before the passing lane ends, but I'll pass some of them. Maybe one of them. Got 2 military trucks in front of us. Another passing lane here, just 1 kilometer long. And the passing lane ends over here, so once again only got one of them. Let the military trucks merge in. Gaining a lot of altitude here, but it's also warming up. I know it's weird. You get on this side, it always warms up. It's only minus 6.5 on this side. It's always right around East Gate that gets the coldest. We got another 1 kilometer passing zone here. License plate on these don't have provincial plates, just says Canada on them. Whew. Do a little drifting right beside of them, right beside a vehicle. That's a great idea. I don't have my lockers on. Kilometers an hour. We'll slow down a bit here. Don't want to be doing 105 and an 80. But maybe we can do a 90 and an 80. Well, that was Sunday Summit right there. And this is the upgraded part of the highway where they've taken all the sharp corners out. You can still see where the old highway is. It would have been on our left-hand side over here. If you keep an eye on it, you kind of see where the hairpins were around there. See it chewed up on the left-hand side there into the trees. Anyhow, I'm gonna call it a day there. This is a plenty long enough video. Almost the whole Princeton. We only have 30 kilometers to Princeton, but that's another, what, 20 minutes, half hour. Cameras won't be going that long. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope to Sunday Summit. So Allison and Sunday Summit in. A nice long video. Anyway, I am out of here. You guys absolutely rock.